this, but basically he puts pawns up. I decided I was gonna fiend kiddo my bishop, but I then decided to wait. He puts his pawn up there. I move my knight. I know a knight on the rim is grim, but I didn't follow that rule. That's my girlfriend. Ignore that for now. I'll reply to her in a second. So then I move my pawn up, like there in that little corner there, to control that space that queen's threatening. Then what did you do? Dude moved bishop over to there, which then doesn't really do much of anything really, like, when you think about it. Like, okay, let's go back a bit. So he moved. Jesus Christ, this is annoying. Okay. He moved bishop to g5. I can just go back. Thank God I know the square names. Okay. So he moved bishop to g5. Then I just moved pawns up. I mean, now he can't. He could have taken one of my pawns en passant. This one right here, he could have taken en passant. Like, if you look at it, he really could have. Like, if you flip the board, he could have taken that. Because if you look, what I did was this. That pushes. He already pushed that one up. He could have taken that. I don't know why. Why didn't he take that pawn? That would have been a good idea. But then he instead just did bishop check. I moved my knight to defend against the bishop check. This bishop right here doesn't really do anything. What's the bishop doing? It's putting pressure on that f7 pawn. But the thing is, if you move your bishop there and you take that f7, what happens? What do I do? You move down here. You take that pawn. I immediately get your bishop. You just give me, or I can take with my queen. I can take with that. It doesn't really, I mean, and then my knight's now defending my bishop. So thank you for giving me an excuse to move my knight to defend my bishop. and then the best part is I can move this knight here. I could have moved this knight here if I wanted to, like through, like down that diagonal, and then moved it. Yeah, that would have been perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. And then I would have had knights defend. I would have moved my knight back, but I couldn't have moved it down that diagonal until he moved his bishop. But he doesn't decide to move the bishop, so it doesn't really matter. I end up getting. I don't know why he moved that pawn up, because then I just opens up more shit for me. And again, I keep hitting the fucking instead of the button. I keep hitting the goddamn thing. Okay. So yeah, basically there and forward. Don't hit forward. Don't hit this. I get like two antsy. So then I don't know how I didn't see this. Like how he's like he moved the knight out there. It's like just immediately threaten the knight like that, and you'd have to. I mean, yeah. So then he has to move his knight now, and then I move my queen to where the knight is. I'm threatening the knight, and I'm also checking his king. So then he has to move his pawn down to save his king from the queen threat. And notice I'm threatening a bishop, a knight, and I just take the bishop. And then, yeah, I don't know if you can see where it's going, but it's not looking good. So he puts another pawn down, trying to cover both diagonals, I guess, is the goal. And then basically move bishop to, like, finally fiend kiddoed my bishop, and then to put some support towards the pawn, there's two stack pawns, the top one, obviously, because why don't I just stop being lazy and put support? Yeah, see, that's support, moral support and love. You got to give your pieces moral support and love. That's how you win a chess game. So then he moved that, and that was really the dumbest move I've seen anyone do, I think, probably. Because if you look, what then happens is, okay, so then I just have to move my knight up there, and I now threaten the queen. Okay, queen has to move. Now, do you see the problem with that knight in front of the king? Knight moves there. Now king is threatened with check again, and then king has to move. Okay. So then basically castle, and now king's threatened up that diagonal with that rook, and yeah. So then knight takes there, which doesn't really help him do much of anything. I mean, Anyway, I don't know why he keeps doing that. Where do I keep touching? Is it castle? Then bishop. I don't know how I didn't see that. Like okay. I don't want to play. See, this fucking interface really pisses me off. Let me see. Why did I turn it this way? Will it turn? Yes, it will turn. Thank God. Okay, we need to do this. This is how we need to do it. From now on, I'm going to do this. This is how we're going to do this. Okay, so if you look, then castle. And then he put his knight right in the line of fire of the bishop. And then that basically just look at where my pieces are and the fact that my knight's right there. Yeah, it's not looking good. So he proceeds to move that bishop there, trying to get my rook. My rook moves up towards the king side, and then king has to move again. Then I moved my rook over there, so kind of harassing his rook. His pawns can't take anything, so yeah. And he's now stuck, so it's just a matter of time before my queen moved in. And that just the simple moving of the knight to threaten the queen. Notice the queen's threatened, and that pawn, and also pawn threatened. So that's cool. You get the queen and the pawn threatened. And then I don't know why I didn't. One of my things that I would have done in that situation, if I could, would have been take that rook. That rook's annoying, but he didn't do that. He didn't get a chance. Once I moved the queen there, it was checkmate because the queen's defended, can't move anywhere. The other queen's basically silenced. Oh, and even if he found a way to take, even if you found a way to take the knight, the other knight would have just taken. Even if you did something clever, like move this. So there is the thing I see. If he could have, if we go back, he could have tried to move a bishop somewhere, threaten one of the knights. Threaten one of the knights to maybe free his queen up a bit, or maybe move the pawn and threaten the knight. That would have been a good idea to move that one of those pawns at some point. I don't know what point. I'd have to get this PGN in chess base and look at it, annotate it, and then I would know. But basically that's it. Yeah, and this video is gonna be all fucked now because I have it two ways. But try to follow along. Anyway, if you want to see it, so for the whole game, it's not very long. It's only 19 moves, so we'll just play. He moves like that. Move my knight. He out of danger. They're pretty common sense moves, really. I don't know what possessed him to take with that fucking knight. Look, the bishop is right there. Look, yeah, look, he took with the knight. See, look, why? Why'd you do that? Then I take the pawn, and now your king's stuck, and now I'll just move out of the way, get with the queen. And then it's funny, like I mentioned, the queen is defended with the knight. The queen, you get double. You're defending the queen with the knight, attacking the other queen, and attacking a pawn, and also one of my knights is defended by a pawn, and then my other knight is defended by my knight, and then it's pretty and then the rook. There's escape squares that are unnecessarily blocked by the bishop. The bishop's challenging that pawn right there. That pawn could have taken that bishop. When could have? When did that bishop move there? Yeah, the pawn could have taken the bishop, but he had other things to worry about. The fact that his king was getting checked repeatedly. Anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to show you that.